Welcome to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, where world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs come to deeply awaken the power within to bring forth their greatest purpose, to create massive awakened impact for millions of souls around the planet, while enjoying being in tune with all life and real wealth in all aspects of their lives. I'm your host, Daniel John Hanneman. Welcome, everybody. So glad to be here with you again for another amazing episode of Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Grateful to share with you today. Why is this happening to me again? Often we ask that, right? So either directly or subconsciously, we're wondering, why do similar things keep happening? Why are we not still achieving or experiencing or realizing something that we want to realize in our businesses or in our lives? Why? So we're going to get into the why things may be continuing to show up for you. We're looking at different layers and levels to illuminate your consciousness on it and what you can do about it too, practically speaking. A tip that really any of you can use. It's a very simple thing, a very simple tool that can allow you to shift your reality around anything within a short period of time. Potentially, I'm not saying it works every single time, but it can very potentially work for you right away. So before we go further, if you are loving the vibes here, I would love for you to continue to tune in by subscribing. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button, the bell button if you like bells, whatever works for you. But I'd love for you to continue to tune in, and I continue to have amazing guests, people like Marie Diamond, James Twyman, Dr. Sue Morter, all those people have been on the show, and many more amazing guests. So tune in, and of course, yours truly. Do you want to meditate and make money? Let it be simple. Let it be easy. Let it be fun. Go to yoursacredpurpose.com and get your free Meditate, Make Money meditation today. I just want to let you know that there's a reason why things keep coming to you, why you continue to experience some of the same things again and again, and continue to not see a breakthrough in certain areas of your life, which I'm pretty certain is true for any of you. We get in these patterns, right? You've heard a lot about this perhaps, but we get in these different patterns in our life where it just seems like Groundhog Day. It's the same old thing, same old goal I've had for the last 10 years, and I still haven't, hit that ideal weight or that ideal amount of monthly income or sales, or I haven't reached the impact that I wanted to reach, or I haven't finally got that book out into the world, whatever it may be. There's something that's going on that hasn't happened yet. Or maybe it shows up for you in another way. It shows up for you as, why do these same patterns keep happening in my relationships? Why does it now work better? Why do I keep running into the same conflicts with people not showing up for me or not supporting me, whatever it might be? Or it could be in your health. It could be like, why do I still have this condition? It gets better, then it gets worse, and it gets better, it gets worse, or it just never changes that much. Or why am I not spiritually awake yet, right? So all they say, why is this happening to me? Idea. And why is it happening again? Why is it happening again? The truth is that we are meant to be infinitely connected, right? And spiritual rock starred out in our lives. But when we have these old programs running, sometimes it's like spyware that keeps running us down dead ends, even when we are getting more present and more connected, more fully all the time. We still have these old patterns we haven't addressed, and they haven't been released one way or another. There's more than one way to release things. So if you're finding that to be true, there's so many tools that I've taught and shared. Like, for example, like if you've got energy coming up around something, that tells you the minute you react to it, it shows you there's something inside you that's creating it. Everything that's happening in your life is being generated from something inside of you. There's no other way it happens. That's why it happens. I know people, again, always use the extreme cases, say, no, that can't be true. It's co-creation. This person got murdered, raped, or, whatever may be the case. And, again, I don't want to really get, this is, for most of you, the murder thing didn't happen because you wouldn't be listening, right? Maybe past lives, but other traumatic situations where you've been a perpetration situation, there's still a reason why it came to you. I'm just going to have to say it. Doesn't mean you deserved it or you were asking for it, so to speak, in that kind of way. But there's a reason why it came to you. It is part of your past somehow or some way. How do I know? Because it happened. That's the way I know. And does it mean you should judge other people, make them wrong and bad? No. Does it mean that, like people say, do we condone the behavior? Well, I'm kind of tired of that whole phrase. It's kind of a nice phrase, but like I'm kind of tired of that idea. Are we going to condone the behavior? Oh no, of course not. I mean, that's obvious. Like, oh, this is good behavior. No, of course not. But there's a reason why it happened. And when we're personally involved, of course, it's just so traumatic that, it takes us into shame towards ourselves and judgment towards ourselves, shame and judgment maybe towards the perpetrator. And it could be minor things. I'm not even talking the most traumatic things. It could be the most minor things. Someone says something that upsets you, right? Oh, all this, I'm mad at you. So why is it happening again? Especially for a lot of you, you have done clearing techniques, you've done all these different things. And why is it still happening then? I mean, I thought you cleared it. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, and I've just come to this realization for myself is I never do a clearing and say, that's it, I cleared it, it's done. Yeah, almost never. I probably have said it here and there, but I'm not like that kind of person. Oh yeah, I just cleared it, it's done. Yeah, yeah. That kind of cockiness sometimes gets us in trouble. I mean, sort of seem to work for a while. Eventually, you get humbled by realizing, wow, it's still around. Wow, what I thought was cleared kind of was cleared, but it's not totally cleared, right? So, and then the same life circumstances keep happening, same relationships, same patterns and things happen in business, whatever it may be. You're stuck in your job still, whatever may be the case for you. So what do we do? Is it that there's certain patterns we're just doomed to have, the karma's with us, and or do we just go no karma, like we just put a spell on ourselves, or we just get connected enough and then it'll work, or what's the trick, what's going to let it happen? Well, that's a great question. That's a great question. I just feel like when things happen, I'm just gonna, there is one simple step that if you did that one step alone, it could flip things for you. And it could become a permanent shift, very, very possibly, without doing all these clearings, I say do all 100 more clearing, keep clearing it, clear it, or do the one clearing, the one big clearing. But then a lot of times it's still there. I'll self-promote myself as the blockbuster. So it's not that I don't clear blocks, that I don't get it, okay? It's just that I also know that there's a reason why things just keep coming back to us. And what is that? And why does it seem like we cleared something that keeps coming back? The reason is there's more surrendering for you to do. That's the answer. There's more surrendering for you to do, one way or another. And the more you think you're in charge and you're going to make this clearing happen, yeah, you might get temporary results. You might even see results for a long period of time, but eventually it could be even decades. It comes back, it can come back. All of a sudden, there it is again. And a big indication of it coming back is that not that you didn't get any good work done. It's just that you're not fully surrendered in that aspect of your life yet. Maybe you got around it for a while, even if it was for days or months or weeks or whatever it is. Maybe you were able to seemingly seem like you are out of it and you didn't have it anymore. But as life takes a new direction, maybe often it happens when new greater things want to come into our life. And all of a sudden that same pattern seems to come back into our life. And sometimes more aggressively. It's like, wow, now it's even worse. Now the health is even worse. Now the business is even worse. Now the relationships are even worse than ever before. I mean, that is even possible after you've risen up. That can happen. And then the signal is like, well, then life is really a crapper, like it's really crap, because how could this be happening to me again? You're looking to fully awaken. You're looking for full awakening. You're whatever that is. I don't have a perfect description of that, but you want a full awakening. You want to be completely free. You want to be fully surrendered. What does fully surrender mean? Is this some, passive way of being where we just let everything be and just don't do anything and kick me around and I'm all surrendered and it's all good. No, it's not about that. It's an active process of letting go, being very engaged in your presence and in your energy and your body, your deep presence, your deep energy, your deep power. That's what I'm talking about. Surrender. Surrender to the deeper thing. Get into your body, into the deeper presence, into the deeper light, if you want to look at it that way. But to really, to really, really be connected in your body ultimately. So, and and when that's connected with the sense of the etheric and the light, when I get all that connected up, wow, that's where heaven on earth really comes together. Really comes together. And it happens through the body. And yes, connecting with that presence, the light within. So wherever it's showing up for you, you're having a reaction to it. I just creating at this time, this episode, for example, someone needed to cancel again on an interview that I was going to do today. It was the second time. Both times were very valid reasons, not like a blow off kind of thing. It was very seemingly very valid reason. So did it trigger something temporarily inside of me? Yeah. Did it last? No. Like, within minutes it was gone. I mean, it's just like, okay, interview's not going to happen. I get it. It's not the right time. It is full surrender. Just full surrender. It is what it is. It's okay. Actually, when you're really paying attention, sometimes a lot of these things are what your soul was asking for. So I might be like, well, I'm looking to lighten my schedule up a little bit right now. Okay, then you get a cancellation, right? Many of you have experienced this before, right? You asked for it. A lot of times we really can even think of how you asked for it. You did ask for this thing to happen in your life. Again, all the most egregious things you can think of. All right. I mean, honestly, yeah, when you're a baby or something, okay, something happened to you. All right. Did you ask for? I'm not going to say you did, but I'm saying there's a reason why it came to you at a minimum. All right. And as an adult, I could tell you for almost 100%, almost 100%, that if I were to ask you a few questions or just a presence with you, you'd be able to understand clearly why it came into your life. And like how you brought it into your life, even that you had brought it into your life. Maybe you weren't fully conscious of it, but you brought it into your life. And you could have done something about it, but you weren't aware of what you were doing. You weren't really fully aware of it. And you did bring it in your life. So it seems to indicate like the opposite. So the control freak inside of us says, well, how do I manage things so it doesn't happen again? And then what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Well, first surrender. First, just it's okay. Embrace what is. Embrace what is. We're going through steps. I'll be like, embrace what is first. Then what's the next step? Okay, what's the next step? So I'm embracing it. Okay, and then give gratitude for it. Oh, thank God, this is so great. This gives me this happening is giving me this opportunity. You may not. Again, it takes whatever time it takes to go through each step. Right. First, embrace it. Embrace it. How do you embrace it? You accept it as it is. You like with love in your heart. Like, oh, I understand. It's okay. I understand. This is just is. It's what it is meant to be because it's happening, and so I'm willing to love what is. Next thing is to even give gratitude for. I'm grateful. I'm grateful this is happening. This is so great because of this. Find what's great about it. Because you might always find the reasons why it's a big problem or an issue. So that's easy, right? That's just patterns. But when you stretch and you're willing to give gratitude for it and see the good in it, you always find it. And then you can use your conditioning for your favor, right? Or you just naturally can see things in that light. Because there is always that positive aspect. And then there's always the critic that's judging everything. So give gratitude for it. And then what you can do is you can do like a self-inquiry, like why is this why is this happening in my life? You might take it further. These steps may happen in different orders too. I'm not saying it's all linear. Might do a self-inquiry. Why is this happening? and what energy is showing up in my system. Like, and if you just do a self-inquiry and really spend a little bit of time really tuning into it, just in general, like just trace your steps back. How did I ask for this to come in my life at some point? Or what secret thoughts have I had that brought it into pass? And you can always find it. You can always find it if you want to. You don't necessarily need to do that step, but you could find it if you wanted to. And then taking a look at, you might want to take a look at, if you do self-inquiry and looking at it, you might ask if you want to keep it. Do you want to keep it? So I'm at another step there. Do I want to keep it? Do I want to keep this pattern? Or is there anything, there's not necessarily anything wrong with some of our quirks and some of the things that happen in our life. We can just embrace it. We can just be surrendered to it. We can just let it be. We don't have to do anything about it. In fact, if you're fully surrendered, pattern may or may not continue. But the way you experience it will be completely different. And it'll likely change everything in your life. So you may not really need to do anything about it. Now, if you get a sense of real frustration around it, you just enough's enough, well, then again, you could just surrender, or you could use tools. Sometimes tools can be useful to help us align with a new consciousness that can become embodied, and then that's operating in our life and become even a permanent shift in our life. So there's different ways. The more in-depth way, then I'll get to the one really simple way to change things. It could be a permanent shift if you just do this one simple thing. One of the things you can do is, again, I've probably shared it on other episodes, I'm sure, is when you have an interaction, see where it shows up in your body or your chakras, and feel into the emotion of it, feel into the energy of it. Maybe have a dialogue with it. Ask it, what are you trying to tell me? Why are you showing up? Maybe even have it speak to you as though it's its own person. Like imagine it speaking to you. What is it trying to tell you? What is it trying to tell you? And really get into that and really understand how to do that. That's a deeper process that I have likely shared on even one of these episodes. If not, this is an opportunity to say, hey, join us at the Rock Your Sacred Purpose community on Facebook. We do have content there where I believe we may still have some content in there where I've done that in the recent past. So I'm sure if you look through there, you could find posts about it. But we do talk about more in-depth things at times there at Rock Your Sacred Purpose Facebook group, where I also do tuning in for you with my guests to be able to tune into your chakras, your energy and whatnot around purpose, business, and money, and do healing there for you as well. So Rock Your Sacred Purpose, you could check that out. Do 3 Facebook Lives to help you with all those things at 3 p.m. Central on Mondays. So, but really it's just a process of like, oh, I feel this in my sacral chakra. Okay, what name do you have? So I tune into it, feel it. I'm Hurt. My name is Hurt. Okay, Hurt, what are you trying to tell me? Well, blah, 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 blah. Probably say it's sad or mad, or it says whatever it says. Okay. I say, oh, okay, well, thanks for sharing. Grateful for you showing up. So what are you sad about? You just have a natural conversation with it. And then you ask basically, what does it want? What do you want? What are you looking for? What new role do you want to play in my life other than just being sad? Like, is there a new role you want to play? And have it tell you, and that can shift you right there. That can be a very powerful process to help you shift. So I offer that to you. I've helped a lot of people, guide them through that process on a one-to-one basis. It's so powerful that, others after receiving it want to be trained in the method so they could deliver it to other people in the world. That's how huge a shift they experience from this process. So, but you can do it on your own. And some of you that are connected and sensitive, like many of you are, can do it to some degrees on your own. So that's another process you can use to shift things that keep happening. The other thing, being a new frequency, Because when you change your energy, you change your belief system, you change your level of presence, you change your state, as maybe Tony Robbins would say, everything else will follow. Oh, I got a new strategy. I got new tactics. I got a new package, or new program, new price points. I have new bottom lines about what I'm saying yes to in my life and in my business, right? You get clear, you get focused on something, and a new shift happens then because you shifted your state. But that's where it starts. It starts by shifting that state of consciousness or that you're in. And then shifts happen from there. When things, especially if it's something that's repetitive, just keeps happening, no matter what tactics and strategy, just keeps happening. Then it's a state thing for 100% or nearly 100%, right? I don't know what I can say for 100% sometimes. So I'll say nearly 100%. So what's the one quick way you can shift everything on the spot, like no brainer, anybody could do this. And it's really easy. It's so simple. It's easiest, the free, easy tool, and anyone could change their life permanently by using this one simple method. Okay, here it is. You ready? Are you ready? All right, here we go. We're gonna get into it. Now, this isn't my process, but I value this process so much that I'm going to share this with you that I've learned from other people. So for me, I got it from one of my mentors, and he got it from another person. I forget the name of the person that it came from, but actually, the way, actually, this process, the part of it I'm going to speak to you about, really does come from Sark. So I will give her credit. But the overall, there's a deeper process that can be included in it that can make it even more powerful, has come from someone else. But anyway, so what you do is to turn it around, but you turn it around, it's whatever so you identify the belief and then you turn it around, right? And maybe you've done this before. So if the belief is like, man, I keep getting rejected, and people don't treat me with the respect and dignity and honor that I deserve. Okay, maybe you finally come to that conclusion, and it's because I'm not honoring myself, maybe. Because you might say, if you have if that's what the driver is, or like that seems to be the belief, then what's creating it? Well, maybe must be that I'm not respecting myself. So you can turn it right around. You say, so your belief is, oh, people don't respect me. Okay. Actually, and then you just use the word actually, and you write it down. You write down your new belief. Just the new belief. Don't write down the old belief. You don't need to write that down. You say, actually, I'm deeply respected and even revered by those that love me the most, or by millions of people, or by whoever you want it from, right? Actually, I'm deeply respected and even revered by millions of people. You write that down, and you just look at it. You just write it down on a piece of paper or whatever, and you just look at that one time every day. One time. That's it. That's all the investment you need. It's free, easy, and it's quick. Do it for a month. Do it for 2 months. Do it for 3 months. Watch how your life changes. I'm willing to bet if you actually do that and you come up with something that really you want to embody as a statement, there's some qualifiers there, and you do look at it each day. And even if you miss one day, it actually won't matter. Watch how things change. It's going to change magically. So give it a try. It's for free. Can't hurt you. And then you'll say, oh, I know why. Then it'll be, why is this happening to me? Well, it'll be a celebration, right? Why is this happening for me again? You might want to look at it the other way sometimes when the good stuff is coming in, like, oh, how did I create that? I'm wondering. I'm just fun to trace my steps back. Or maybe not, but it could be fun. You can learn something like, wow, I manifested that in my life because of this and that. And I was of this focus. So I was using that actually statement thing and looking at that affirmation each day. It's that simple. Oh, I've written down affirmations before, it doesn't work. Yeah, but this is different. You're bridging it with your emotions because you're getting into your belief structures And then you're flipping that belief structure right on its head to the opposite. Because what I've learned is when we tune into our energy, into that energy, wherever it's showing up in our body, we dialogue with it, whatever it says initially, it wants to experience just the opposite, basically. So when you use this process without tuning in, having to do this in-depth process tuning in, which is super powerful and cool. And this is a way simpler way to do it. Way simpler way to do it. And maybe, is as effective or more effective in certain cases. We can discover more things with the other process, things that maybe may go on the radar otherwise, and it's a deeper process. But this is going to be super powerful in terms of the bottom line results. If you do both of them to combine, wow, now you're really rock star. So why is this happening to me again? Well, take a look at it. Go through the steps I outlined today. Embrace it. Embrace it. Surrender to what is. Be in that surrender state. Give gratitude for it. Take a look at self-inquiry. Why is this going on? Look into it more deeply. Do I want to stay with it? Or do I want to let go of it? You want to let go of it, use the tools that I talked about today. All right, great. Well, have fun changing anything you want in your life and business with this very simple tool, especially what I gave you at the end, and watch the results just completely change in your life. And when they do, please let me know about it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm so grateful to share with you today, and wishing you lots of success and love and blessings and abundance and all good things. If you want to learn more about me, go to yoursacredpurpose.com, www.yoursacredpurpose.com. If you would like me to tune in to maybe one of these challenges that you're having, I want you to go ahead and apply for an energy scan consultation if you're someone that's really up to a big mission and wants to realize your greatest purpose and create it into your next level business and to rock it with sales as well. So if you were looking for that, go ahead and apply for the energy scan consultation there, the Rock Your Sacred Purpose energy scan consultation. And looking forward to that. Or just go ahead, download the Meditate, Make Money meditation, open up your chakra to energy and get your guidance and see results soar there as well. All right, great. Well, looking forward to being with you the next time. So like I always say, keep on tuning in. We'll keep on rocking it here at Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Till next time, everyone. Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Stay tuned for our next upcoming new episodes each Wednesday and Saturday. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to help us to serve you best. As a reminder, you can get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation at www.yoursacredpurpose.com to rock your sacred purpose. Goodbye for now, everybody.